Hello everyone, welcome to Decode ITES. This is a single learning platform for multiple IT infrastructure technologies. Do like, share and subscribe our channel to never miss out our videos. Let's continue with the learning. Let's have a small introduction of myself. My name is Prince Garg. I'm having 3+ years of work experience and worked on Red Hat, VMware, Windows, Google Cloud, PowerShell, Python and Bash scripting. Kindly follow us on Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn, and reach out to us on itesfund.com. So, in this lesson, you will learn about man, like using man page in Linux. Let's understand the man page. Man is a system that provides information about all of the commands in Linux, as well as many other items. So that makes man best source to get extensive usage information. When working with man, you need to know about sections. The sections define the type of items that are documented in man. Let me open a man page so that I can tell you about it. Let's continue with practical overview. So the command to start with is man. Man is the man page of man command. In a man command, you can easily search for text using slash and then the text you require to search for. We are typing slash section. You can see it's highlighted all the lines containing section letter. As you can see, it's highlighted all the section words. Typing select section, you can see this is in the lower left corner of the screen that's giving a lot of results. You can hop to the next result by pressing capital N. But in this case, scrolling down goes just as fast. So here we can see the difference between sections that are available in the man page. And when working with man, it's important to understand about these section numbers. And that is because sometimes you will be in a man page and you might be in the wrong man page, as it is a man page from a section that you don't really need. So here is the sections listed over here. First one is the relevant section are first number 1. This is executable programs or shell commands. These are commands that you would run as ordinary user without any root privileges. This section with number 5. Section number 5 is for configuration files. Now, last 3 is the section number 8, which is for system administrator commands. These are the commands that you need to be having root privileges for. You will notice when you open a man page, the section number is displayed. And by looking at the section number, you can already take a good guess to know if you are in the right man page or not. Many man pages have examples as well. As you can see over here examples listed. And these examples are very useful because if you have a good example, then you don't have to figure it out for yourself. Now the examples exist especially in man pages for more complicated commands. Let me show you an example. Man lv create. I want to show you the man page of lv create. You will learn later what lv create is doing. Now we are just looking at the man page. You can see by the way the upper left corner lv create is showing 8 number along with it. So this is sysadmin command. Now the examples typically are near the bottom of the man page. Obviously, you can just scroll down for it. But on some man pages that will take a long, as you can see here. So you can type G and it will take you. So alternatively, you might want to use uppercase G. Uppercase G brings you all the way to the bottom of the man page. If there are examples in a man page, then they always occur very close to the examples is just by using the search feature. Another way of looking for the examples is by using search feature. Search select examples will bring you to the examples as well. And here you will see a couple of examples of how this command will work or how LV create can be used. Here's all the examples. Now the examples typically occur for commands that are not that easy to use and that have many options. If your command is simple, you may find that your man page may not have any examples. Last thing that is useful to know before you even get started with man pages is that you can search for text using slash. We have already seen that in two previous demos, so just type a slash before about anything and it will search for anything like rate. Before we get into next lesson, let me open a man page again to talk about the basic elements that you will typically see in man pages. Let's use man for ls. ls is the list command we have seen before. Now, here you can see in the upper left corner that this is the man page for ls in section number 1. The name and short description are the name and short description that describe what this command is doing. And now we see the synopsis. The synopsis is what it is all about. It summarizes how to use this man page. And here you can see that the synopsis is very short. So it has the name of the command followed by the word option. Notice that the word option is in uppercase and it is underlined. That means that it needs to be substituted by something else. Something else. What does this mean? Something else in this case is an option. And we will shortly talk about the list of options that follows here. Notice that the word option is between square brackets. If it's between square brackets, then that means that is optional. You may use it, you don't have to. You can also see dots, which means that the previous item can be repeated more than one time. Stated otherwise, you can use one option. You can use multiple options as well, and then you can add specify the name of the file as well. Again, between square brackets. So this is optional. You can specify the name of the file, but you don't have to. And the dot 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 again is indicating that you may specify multiple file names. If you have a look at the options, that are listed to the right here, you can see that most options have a short notation and a long notation. So we have capital A, like hyphen capital A, for example, which is alternative to almost all. Some people like the humanly understandable long notation, and that is why it exists. But most people that work with Linux a lot are using short notations like hyphen A in the uppercase. The disadvantage is that it is a little bit harder to memorize. Also notice that right here we can see another same notation, but it's in lowercase and it's denoting all. That is because Linux is a case sensitive operating system. Now, man pages typically include long list options, and after the options, you will find some another documentation. In this man page, we even see a C also. You can see it over here at the bottom of the page. The C also is pointing us to all the documents where you can use info. So the info command would be info, coutils, ls invocation. Personally, I don't like the info command too much because the way our information is presented is not very intuitive. And for that reason, I would try to advise you to get the information out from a man page. Now let's back. Now let's get back to a more complicated man page. And that is going to be a man LV create again. Again, I'm not going to tell you about LV create. I just want you to be aware of what the man page may look like. In LV create, you can see there are some differences in the way how the information is presented. This is one of the example means you can either use hyphen A or hyphen activate, as you can see over here. And behind it we can see Y and Y with a pi sign between them. If you see notation like this, then typically it means you have to specify either one of these options as an argument to option A, like this. These are three options we can use, but we have to specify at least once. Let's see if there is anything interesting else that's interesting. Well, not really. What you can see here is that the description is providing more information. And here you can see more information about how to use the lvcreate commands under the usage. Basically, it's just a longer list of options. An interesting example of man pages is what you see here, like lvcreate hyphen uppercase L pipe hyphen hyphen size. Then we have to mention size and then v. Now, lvcreate hyphen L, which means that you either have to specify hyphen L or you have to specify hyphen hyphen size. Then we get a size. Size is a noun for a specified item. So size can be anything. But behind the size, there can be an N or unit which is followed by VG. The interesting thing that is that size may be followed by N or a unit, but doesn't have to be followed by an N or a unit. So these are optional elements in this command. The VG, the VG and either L or size are mandatory elements if you use the commands this way. So that's all for today's lecture. We will continue learning from next videos. Thanks for watching. Do like, share and comment our videos. Also subscribe to our channel.